Now, I don't know your personal situation, but I'm willing to bet that you have in some way, shape or form been impacted by the COVID-19 lockdown that pretty much the world has been under for some months now. But just how much has it impacted your ability to do your outdoorsy stuff, and how much have you let it affect your ability to enjoy your outdoorsy stuff? Let's have a think about that. I want to say right from the outset that I know that far too many people around the world have been incredibly and dramatically and tragically impacted for one reason or another due to COVID-19. So the purpose of this video is not to kind of ignore that. It's not to decry the tragedy that's surrounded this virus. It's to look at one particular aspect of it, and that aspect being how much has it impacted us being able to get outdoors, how much has it impacted me, how much has it impacted you. But I don't want anybody watching this to think that I am trying to make light and think that us getting outdoors is more important than all the other stuff. That's definitely not the purpose of this video, before anybody starts in the comments below. Here in the UK, or more accurately, here in England within the UK, we've been coming out of the lockdown for a week or two now. Things are starting to return to normal. I'm not sure they are, but you know what I mean. Now, whether we should be coming out of lockdown or not, that's another matter for another video perhaps, but the fact is we are starting to emerge from lockdown. Many of the Facebook communities and online groups and things that I'm a member of, people there are getting really excited at being able to get outside again. They've not been able to enjoy the outdoors for months now, and they're looking forward to getting out. And I'm looking at some of these, I'm thinking to myself, certainly there will be some people that for whatever reason genuinely really haven't been able to get outside. Maybe they've been shielding, maybe they've been shielding somebody else, maybe they live in an incredibly built up urban area and they've not been allowed to travel outside of that. So yeah, I think that there are some people that have not been able to get outdoors and enjoy the outdoor stuff. But I'm going to be really honest now. I have followed the rules of the lockdown as far as I can recall. It's been a while, to the letter. But that's not affected my ability to get outdoors. There is some local woodland close to me. This is less than a mile from my house. I've wandered around here for a little bit. I've gone out onto the meadows and the farmers' fields and done some tree and plant ID. I've done a little bit of tracking when I've been walking the dog. I've done a lot of reading. That's not outdoors as such, but it's still pursuing this hobby. I'm undertaking quite a number of online courses with Paul Kirtley around bushcraft, a more intermediate approach to bushcraft, online tree and plant identification. There's been no shortage of ability for me to further develop my skills, to pick up new skills. I'm using a new camera right now and a wireless microphone right now. There's been no shortage of ways for me to be able to improve and further and deepen my outdoor related skills, including actually getting outdoors. Now, that outdoors hasn't looked like it did pre-lockdown. I've not done any overnighters. I've not had any open fires. I've not used my axe. All the things where I think, if this could go wrong, if a fire could get out of hand, or I were to burn myself, or I were to slip with the axe, am I placing an even greater burden on the emergency services? If I've thought the answer was yes, I could be, I've not done it. But I've still been able to get out to the local woods and take, you know, day-long walks with a hammock in my day sack and my day kit with me, and I've gone out and cooked little meals on a contained stove. It's not stopped me getting out, and yet it's been surprising to see so many people complain about not being able to get out. And I've mentioned this in the previous video. I wonder if this is because when we talk about the outdoors and we talk about bushcrafting, we automatically attach an overnighter to it. We automatically attach a campfire, an open fire to it. We automatically attach a romantic idea of felling something with an axe. I wonder if people didn't attach such a rigid interpretation as to what wild camping was, or what camping was, or what bushcraft was. I wonder if people would have been able to sort of make better use, or not make better use, but make lemonade out of the lemons that the last few months have given us. Certainly, it's not been a normal few months. Again, I'm not looking at the big picture, I'm looking at it through a very, very shallow lens. It's not been a normal 3 or 4 months of me getting out bushcrafting, not by any stretch of imagination. But neither is it, it's not been non-existent. I've still been able to get out. So that's my Thursday's thought for this week is, what have you been able to do during the lockdown to further enhance, develop, refresh, keep ticking over in your outdoor skills? Have you completely stopped going out altogether? And that there could be really good reason for that. Have you completely stopped going out altogether and actually, with the benefit of hindsight, you've thought, yeah, why didn't I go for a walk there? Why didn't I spend an afternoon just sitting under a tree looking at the world go by and looking at the wildlife in that location? Have you done a lot of stuff at home like I've done to further enhance your skill set once you get outdoors? Let me know in the comments below. It's been a while since we've done a Thursday's thought, hasn't it? So hopefully this has got you thinking, got the old grey matter turning over again. If you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you're not yet a subscriber and you want to enhance and develop your bushcraft skills by maximising your time outdoors, then do remember to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you back out in the woods very shortly. Stay safe, folks.